get this thing fixed. The fight never ends. This is a infinite round fight. The fight goes on. The fighter just changed. So thank y'all for supporting Built for This Network. Thank y'all for supporting the End of the Bench. Tune in tomorrow. My man Raider gonna be on early. My man D-Gray gonna be on in the middle of the evening. My man number one Chief Rocker will be on Monday morning. DJ Knox will be on Tuesday afternoon. Me and the End of the Bench sports crew will be on in the evening. Red Beauty will be on in the mid-evening. Emma, Red Beauty, and Girly Girl and Mandela Young will be on at night. Wednesday, Westside Wednesday with the homie D-Gray. Deacon Dale in the evening. My man Big Illinois and the crew that includes me at night. The grand return, second episode of the return of my favorite show on the network called Theory of the Culture with Mad Knox, James Earl, and Chiz Roundtree. I don't know if James is gonna be there. It was dope chemistry. Loved it. Hope y'all tuning in. Then me and the homie D-Gray, we dropping gems on y'all, man. We watching. We BET. We the new BET. We the couch potatoes. We talking about shows that you can embrace. This week we will be covering the second episode of Fargo. And one second, I got to get this from the Sister Shelly Q. Got to pull this up from Sister Shelly Q. Give me a second, work with me, people. Because I didn't write this down. I knew it was something I needed to write down. I did hit the Sister Shelly Q. Shot us this. Shelly Q want us to watch, and we're going to comment on the African Americans. Many Rivers to Cross by Henry Louis Gates. I watched a little bit last night. I've watched some of this before, but I'm going to rewatch episode 1 and 2. I need y'all to watch episode 1 and 2. And then we're going to have a little fun, man. Y'all know H-Rap might be the silliest dude in the whole Spreaker universe. So we're going to make top 10 lists of the dopest TV shows ever. Top 10 lists of the dopest TV shows ever. Tune in to me and D-Grade Thursday. We're going to have a little fun. We're going to drop a little knowledge. Hey, man, it ain't about being serious all the time. It ain't about the mission. Martin Luther King, the great Malcolm X, the great Martin Luther King, the great Malcolm X, the great Huey P. Newton. And if you look up the great brother, Stokely Carmichael, a.k.a. Kwame Ture, he's smiling all the time. So the mission does not call for us to be on the ice grill at all times. We're going to have some fun too. But we also need to understand, we're in a fight. Traditional series this week, comedy series next week. So tune in, man. Check us out. Then Friday, Mad Knox burning it down. Big Illinois on the repeat side of the game. He coming back like he avenging his brother's death. Purplelicious and the homie. Did I say? Yeah, I said. Wednesday, Deacon Dale. We're the happy hour with Deacon Dale right before I said that. And then Deacon Dale and Purplelicious Saturday mornings or Saturday afternoons, depending on where you are in the country. And then in 166 hours. 168 hours in a week, but I'll be back 166 because you got to subtract 2 hours from this week because that's how long this show has been at. About hour 55 minutes. Your man will be back. I got 2 interviews in the can. Salute to the friend of the show, Marco Polo. Salute to that good brother. Thank you for gracing us with your presence. I got Skazoo. I'm doing an interview with the homie Raz Cass tomorrow offline. So I want to send y'all down the rabbit hole again. And I got that in the can. And I got one with the homie, former Illini superstar, Urban Smalls from Chicago, Illinois, from Simeon High School. If you're not from Chicago, you're not going to know him. But the reason I'm having him on the show, I'm doing an interview with him, is because everybody in the history of the world has a story. That story can inspire each and every one of you. If you are in a horrible situation, we're going to talk to some people who've been down the rabbit hole of destruction. We're going to talk to some people who are at the mountaintop of success and everybody in between. Everybody has a story. You need to listen to it. You need to grow from it and be a better person because of it. Thank y'all for tuning in. I am H-Rap B. I want you guys to listen to this next history fact or history moment because it will again ensue that you'll be a better person. I give y'all these gems to hopefully enhance your life. With that being said, salute to the God Podfather, a.k.a. Reggie O'Shea, a.k.a. Combat Jack, for inspiring a lot of us in this podcast universe. And I always quote the man, salute, he's an ancestor now, he's protecting us all. Dream those dreams and man up and woman up and live those dreams, because life without dreams flows in black and white, and life with dreams flows in technicolor and surround sound. 2 fingers, 1 word. Keep your ears on. This is HRAP-B, and until next week, I am out.
Freddy the Fox with Premier, bring the beats. No, it just don't stop. It's the militia.
I know thy works, and tribulation, and poverty, but thou art rich. Welcome to the Black Excellence and Abundance Channel.
Shaka Kasinzin Gakona, born July 17, 1887, also known as Shaka Zulu, was the king of the Zulu kingdom from 1816 to 1828. He was one of the most influential monarchs of the Zulu kingdom. He was responsible for reorganizing the Zulu military into a formidable force via a series of wide-reaching and influential reforms. The reforms allowed for the Zulu army to fight with Europeans on equal terms. He was the son of the Zulu chiefs Sinzing Yakana, and he was rejected as his illegitimate son. Shaka spent his childhood in his mother's settlements, where he was initiated into the Ibota Limpi, which was a fighting unit. He served as the warriors under Dingus Wayo. This is where Shaka learned his fighting skills and became a fierce warrior. Shaka further refined the Ibota military system, and with the Iseswa Empire's support over the next several years, he forged alliances with his smaller neighbors to counter the growing threat for the Ngwandi raids from the north. The initial Zulu maneuvers were primarily defensive, as Shaka preferred to apply pressure diplomatically with an occasional strategic assassination. His reforms of local society built on existing structures, although he prefers social and propagandistic political methods. He also engaged in a number of battles. When Shaka's father, King Sinzing Yakana, died in 1816, Shaka's younger half-brother, Singjuwana, assumed power as the legitimate heir to the Zulu throne. Singjuwana's reign was short, however, as Dinzing Wayo, anxious to confirm his authority, sent Shaka a regiment so that he was able to put Singjuwana to death, launching a relatively bloodless coup that was subsequently accepted by the Zulu. Thus Shaka became chief of the Zulu clan. Now this seems harsh to us, but it is not unusual for brother to slay brother in an effort to gain power over any particular monarch. And throughout history, it is definitely something that was done many, many times. Brother slayed brother, father, mother. It is not unusual in the culture of monarchs. Now Shaka remained a vassal for the Mseswa Empire until Dinzing Wayo's death in a battle a year later at the hands of the Sway. a powerful chief of the Inwandwi nation. A vassal is a person who protects the throne, who protects the monarch. A good example would be Okoyo from the movie The Black Panther. When the Mseswa forces were defeated and scattered temporarily, the power vacuum was filled by Shaka. He reformed the remnants of the Mseswa and other regional tribes and later defeated Sway in the Zulu Civil War of 1819-1820. Shaka became the king. Nobody could fight like Shaka Zulu. Shaka, knowing that he did not have all the answers, was smart enough and secure enough to surround himself with people who were better than him in certain areas. His area of expertise was fighting. He was a fierce warrior, and he did this long before it became common practice. He revolutionized his kingdom. He was quoted as saying, "I need no bodyguard at all, for even the bravest man who approach me get weak at the knees, and their hearts turn to water, whilst their heads become giddy and incapable of thinking as the sweat of fear paralyzes them." This warrior was fearless. Over thousands of years, the Zulu ancestors, the Nguni people, migrated down the east coast of Africa as part of the Bantu migrations. They eventually reached South Africa around the 9th century AD, where a small Zulu clan formed. In the early 1800s, the famous Zulu warrior and king, Shaka, united the Zulu tribes into a powerful kingdom. He is known for his military genius. The Zulu tribe celebrate Shaka Day in September each year. His legacy lives on to this day. This combat genius created and implemented the bull horn formation. This is a 3-part attack tactic where the most experienced fighters would form the chest of a bull, pressing enemies at a vulnerable position. The youthful and aggressive warriors would then form the horns and trap the enemy within the semicircle. The rest of the fighters would form the loin, taking position behind the chest to ward off any additional attackers. This formation was so effective that he usually overwhelmed his opponents and he rarely lost a battle. Another one of the innovations that Shaka brought to his warriors was the shorter spears. They were unfit for throwing. These spears required them to get up close with their enemies, and immediately the nature of the combat became more personal and committed for the Zulu, while becoming vastly more terrifying for his enemies. While their enemies had the spears that they threw, the Zulu warriors had a much shorter spear, which was way more effective in combat. Within 12 years, the Zulu went from another modest tribe to a kingdom which fielded armies of more than 35,000. Shaka loved to travel, and he had a very low tolerance for weakness. He did not tolerate any type of fear. If you were a fearful warrior, you did not last in the Shaka Zulu kingdom. As a king, Shaka had his shortcomings. He was a way better warrior than he was a king. But he was indeed a king. This legendary warrior left a legacy that